I'm just going to try to do a quick overview of what we're talking about here in week 4, and you may or may not find it useful, but we'll see if you like this or not. If not, let me know, and I won't have to do them, or we can change it some way. So the week 4, of course, we're going to start every day with review, multiple choice review. And day 2, here you have documents. I've been asked a couple times can I make a list of documents or issues? Hey, look what I did. I made a list on the first page of every time we do documents, okay? So again, just fill that out. Make sure you're putting Y on there. And we're starting with a new section. This one's number 12, Renaissance. So actually, there's only 3 packets left. And this is one of them, Renaissance. We'll have some videos, movies, and stuff we're going to watch coming up too. But here, the Renaissance, you need to know that RE means before. And so it's really a rebirth of Greek art, humanism, things like that. That way you can see how the Greek realism, humanism, things like that, and that's the most important thing in this packet, humanism, the Greeks and the Romans. It's almost kind of like rediscovering all this knowledge, and we're eventually going to talk about scientific knowledge too. Artists don't survive on their own. They need patrons, people to support them, and we have Italy now. After the Crusades, all the trade pretty much for the Middle East, for the Holy Land, was going through Italy, and so all these trading ports on the Italian peninsula become very rich, and now these people have money. They start investing in art, and the art is realistic, and that's on 469. We have there the statue of David, which the statue of David, this giant marble statue, might actually break some point in the future because it's so weak at the ankles. But what we need to know is humanism, classicism, individualism, all these things, secularism, all these things that represent the realism, the humanism of the Renaissance. And we'll see that in the art. Maybe you're familiar with the Ninja Turtles. There's 4 of them. If you don't know, they're all named after Renaissance artists. The most famous, of course, is Leonardo da Vinci, and his most famous painting, the Mona Lisa. And it was stolen in 1911 and eventually recovered. It was hidden when the Nazis invaded during World War II, and now it's behind a bulletproof triple laminated glass. Somebody tried actually in 1956 threw acid, and somebody else threw a rock, and they did minor damage. But it's only 30 by 21 also in dimension, so it's pretty small actually. But is it a self-portrait? Is she smiling? Is she frowning? Blah blah blah. There's a lot of interesting things. I love finding things like the Vitruvian pretzel over here on the right, where the Vitruvian man, I'll turn that away here in a second, but if you ever hand any stuff like this in, show me stuff like this, if it's appropriate for school and relevant, I'll give you bonus points. Ignore that cigarette ad on the back there. That's from a magazine that used to be, now it's illegal. But anyway, Da Vinci, I put up a video to watch about Da Vinci, and he's a Renaissance man. He's so well-rounded. He does all these things. He's built flying machines. The Vitruvian man, proportion, such a cool story. And anyway, go on to the next page. He would write his notes backwards, but he would study anatomy, so that way his stuff was realistic. Another writer, Dante, Divine Comedy, Thomas More, Utopia, Raphael. There's one of our Ninja Turtles, School of Athens pictured there. And over on 474, Chaucer and the Miller's Tale, part of the Canterbury's Tales. So interesting there. Of course, that's very, very long. Donatello is there with one of his most famous works, which is the bronze statue of... this is the wooden version, the Penitent Magdalene. If you know the story from the Bible, after she was just stoned, and Jesus basically saves her. Michelangelo and the David. Pieta, there's the information on the David, but another famous one is the Pieta, which there it's over on page 475 in here with Mother Mary holding her son Jesus. And of course, the most famous thing by Michelangelo, the Sistine Chapel, and you have the God touching David and giving life to man there, that painting. I threw in a video to watch about St. Peter's Basilica. Actually, we're into another week here, so I'm actually gonna just mention this, and then we can watch it again another week maybe. But we've got Shakespeare, all these authors, writers, etc. And just remember, the most important thing is humanism. And then I put in here a part of Julius Caesar, and it's the scene right after Caesar's killed, and Brutus and Cassius go out to talk to the crowds of Rome, and they allow Mark Antony to come out and talk to the people, and he gets them all fired up. And I'll try to find that scene that's performed online and attach that too. Okay, real quick chapter, real quick section here, but important, and we'll have more another day. Thank you.